All right. And y'all, welcome to another edition of the Elite Mancast every Wednesdays at 8:30. So, man, y'all go over there to YouTube, like, subscribe, and share. Tell a friend, man, so we can get all this algorithm up, get everything going good. Well, it's already going good. We got some nice subscribers. I think got about like 95 now. I'm trying to get to about 1,000 before the year is
Nice.
out.
hmm That'll
So
work.
that's why I'm always telling somebody to go to YouTube, man, so we can get these subscriptions up so we can start seeing some subscriptions.
hmm
But man, we got an amazing topic tonight, man. We're gonna be talking about abandonment issues, man. And I don't know if a lot of people realize it or not, but all of us have an abandonment issue of some sort that we really don't really understand and we really haven't even paid attention to because we don't even look at it as an abandonment issue. It's just things that happen in life. So, man, it's me and Michael tonight. Got the chef. He
Yep.
got to cook for the orientation at LSU campus tonight. So it's a beautiful
Mhm.
thing for him. Loving that. So, man, that's what we're going to do. Talk about these abandonment issues, man. Mr. Mike, what you got going on, man?
Hey, now how's everybody out there? Well, a deep emotional response rooted in prior traumas. Usually somebody's leaving you. A lot of times it happens in childhood. Those experiences that where we always tend to call traumas. And that's just it. Somebody leaving your life or you feeling a low self-esteem, low self-worth, and you feel like you need somebody else to validate you. That's what it all boils down to. It's like
Yeah.
remember that movie? I think it was Jerry Maguire when the woman's talking about, or he tells this woman that you complete me.
I don't
You
know.
got people that really believe in that you need somebody else to complete you, but
Yeah.
you don't, because you are whole all by yourself. But some people just in their minds they can't get it together. So we're gonna see if we can figure out how to help you get it together if you
That's
have
right.
these kind of issues.
Yeah. Say it usually refers to deep fears of being left behind, rejected, or unloved. And it's
hmm
often rooted in past experiences such as childhood, neglect, loss, or inconsistent caregiving, breakups, or betrayals. These issues can show up in relationships, friendships, or even at work.
Yeah.
So it's like everything, you know what I'm saying? That's why I was saying earlier, because it's like a lot of times we thinking it's just the fact of, oh, my wife left or my husband left or I broke up with somebody. But the abandonment could be from your coworker. You got a real good relationship with a coworker, or you got a real good friendship when you was young, your best
hmm
friend. Oh, this is my best friend. You know what I'm saying? So you have all of these things that we don't realize triggers some of the things that we're really looking for in other people. So we try to align ourselves with people who are like us, but at the same time, we may be looking through the lenses of, we may be looking for somebody else to replace the friend that we once had, or either the
Right.
relationship. Now, women do this a lot in relationships. They expect all men to treat them the same way this other guy treated them, and it may be ten of these guys in the whole world. You know what I'm saying? You just happen to have
Right.
one, but you fumbled it, or he fumbled you, or however it goes. And then now
Yep.
we're looking for the best in the people that we meet. It just happens like that, man. And that's part of an abandonment issue, to where we have to realize that the signs that we see in these abandonment issues, they have signs. So once we start going through the signs, you can start seeing some of that stuff. You're going to start remembering, oh, well, that's why I do
hmm
this, or that's why this happens to me. So it's like we have to realize, we have to start. The main thing about anything that you're facing in life is becoming aware of it, facing it on. It's like we go back to the storm metaphor of the storm about the buffalo and the cows. The buffalo, they walk through the storm. They walk towards the storm. The cows run from the storm, which they stay in the storm longer. So once we become aware of everything that we're facing in life, and make sure you face it head on, so that you don't have to go through it a long period of time. Learn it, write it down, put it in your journal, look at it. You know what I'm saying? Revisit it more and more, so that you're not feeling these abandonment issues, or any issues for that fact, that you don't have to be in that situation for a long time. A lot of times we just feel like I think we just so lazy in learning that we don't want to really do the research on a lot of things, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like a lot of people don't like to hear these podcasts that we talk about, because they're about self-development issues. They're just not entertaining enough. We don't have clowns running across the screen. We don't, so we're giving you some vital information that can change your life, that can change the trajectory of your life anyway, to where you can take these steps and you can move forward through better relationships, healthier relationships with your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, whoever, once you start facing these things that we talk about on this show. So yeah, Mike, what you got for us a little bit on that, on the friendship, relationship, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, a lot of the stuff that you said, we both got the same information, I see, but also betrayal. Like you have somebody that you close to that betrays you, that can also lead to abandonment issues, and they can still be around. They just betray you and leave you at a loss, and it's still as if somebody left you, because that one instance could tear your whole life apart. Because if you're trusting in somebody and they betray you, and now it's like, what happens? And a lot of the time, people take it on themselves and they come up with this feeling like, what's wrong with me? Why did this happen to me? Then they start having the fear of rejection or that low self-worth. And when it's not even your fault, it's just people just have to figure out a way to just deal with the situation. Because I said, like you said, we've all dealt with it at one point or another. And I think I thought back when we started the topic, like, have I ever experienced abandonment issues? And I don't believe I have. But in a way, I think I've been conditioned against it, maybe even since birth. Because my father left home when I was 3 years old. But I never grew up with that. Where's my father? Or why is my father not here? None of that stuff. And when I met him, I realized that I turned out to be a much better man than he was. So I never really experienced that. And then in the military, it's like in the military, it's like you got real deep relationships with people, and then from one day to the next, they gone, and you lose track of them. And if anything, that teaches you learn how to deal with people coming into your life, people leaving your life, or you moving on.
Let me ask you something about that, like what you just said with that. Now, how we deal with people coming in and out of our lives, that goes back to that abandonment issue, because now we already feel like, oh, they ain't gonna do nothing but leave anyway.
I don't know, because, well, some people, they may have that feeling, but like I said, in the military, it's like every couple of years you moving around somewhere. Either you moving or people you become friends with, they're moving, and you're not always going to the same places. So I got real deep relationships in basic training that I've never seen again since basic training.
Right.
And in different units, that's always like that.
I can see that. I can see that when you're in the military. When you in like growing up in the neighborhood, or you going to college, or you expecting these people to be around, for at least 4 years, and then just like you said, somebody betrays you. Now you feeling like somebody else is gonna. Now you have trust issues. See, abandonment issues, they lead to another cause. They lead to another ailment, to where that's where we have to start becoming aware of the first ailment. Why am I doing this? It's like when you said your
Mm-hmm.
father left at 3. So you focused yourself on, okay, how do I fix that? Like you didn't have to focus because he wasn't there when you were really cognitive of what what
Right.
having a father was. So you didn't ever have to deal with that part. But at the same time, it's some part of us, because my old man wasn't there either, but it's some parts of us to where we still looking for a father. You know what I'm saying? Some type, when you was growing up, not now, but when you were
Right.
growing up,
Right.
you were still looking for some type of male figure to where, like, say, bro, where the football or where the basketball, whatever, you know what I'm saying? The case may
Yeah.
be. And that was a part of the abandonment issue, but see, we have to do the therapy on ourselves. We can't just keep saying, oh, that don't bother me. We can't keep saying, oh, that ain't nothing, because it's another cause of something else.
Yeah. This is true.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not just the one issue that we need to look at. It's becoming
Right.
aware of this issue and then say, okay, what was the trickle down effect of that?
That's it. The
What
trickle down
causes,
effect.
what causes me to do X, Y, and Z because of the abandonment,
Right.
So so those are some things that I like that you were saying, that, because we do feel these type of things, but then now that I'm feeling that, what's that gonna cause? Is that
And
gonna cause trust issues? Is that gonna cause me to shy away from real serious relationships? Am I not gonna be, in a fully committed, or
right.
or do everything have to be transactional? Because see, that's my thing. I trust issues, because everybody, when you meet something that looks real nice and it dressed nice and it smells good and it's business oriented, it's always a transactional. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Not always, but it's been 95%
A lot of the
transactional.
time.
Everything has become so transactional to where people feel like, and then when you call them what it is, like, man, I'm just looking for something solid. You can't be looking for nothing
Right.
solid if you're looking for, if money is involved. Now,
Right.
if we can transact on ideas, that way that'll stop my abandonment issues. If
Mm-hmm.
I gotta pay for you to stay around, the more money I give, the longer you stay. That is not a real relationship.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So that turns into an abandonment issue. So if the teacher is not teaching, you got a favorite teacher in school, in college, whatever, then they fire that teacher.
Mm-hmm.
Now you feel like you can't even learn no more, because your professor has left the building. It's like, man, I don't want to learn from nobody else.
Right.
See, these are the type of issues I'm talking about that we don't even look at down the line. You know what I'm saying?
But those kind of things, it's like when you get that kind of attachment to a person, a lot of times that comes from a loss somewhere else down the line. Like you're getting something from somebody that you missed from somebody
Right.
that you didn't get it from before. It's like if I was, like, say, my father wasn't there, but I meet somebody, he starts taking me under his wing, like, yo, come on, and he acts like he's my father, but do I treat him as if he's a father figure? I never have. It's like, I don't know. I guess it's just, I just take things as they are. Like,
Yeah.
we're friends today, and if we, like, I grew up in the hood. It's like one
Yeah.
day you friends, the next day y'all fighting, and then you come back, you become friends again the day after. But
Right.
for me, I was always at that, okay, we friends today. If we get to the point where we fighting, having a knocked out, drag out, we can't get along, we calling each other names, the whole family getting into it, I can't be your friend after that. It's like, for me, that's the end of that relationship.
At the
I'll be
end, right?
cordial. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I can get along with you. I might hang out in a group where you are there. But me and you being like we were before, it ain't happening. So I just take things the way they are. So it's not
Right.
like I don't feel like I need somebody else to make me feel good about myself. I feel good all by myself. And
Right.
that's what, in some cases, abandonment issues would do. because it's like you get to that point where you feel like you need somebody else to
Okay.
fill a space. Like you feeling a loss. So you need something to fill that space or that emptiness inside of you. But that emptiness can't be filled by someone else.
Right.
It's
There
you
you
taking
go.
control. You taking control of the situation yourself
Yeah.
and figuring out what it is.
That's
Okay,
what
the
I was gonna
person's
say.
left.
Yeah, that's
You
what I
got
was
to
gonna
keep
say.
on. Life goes. It's like if
Uh-huh.
somebody dies, your life doesn't stop because they're dead. They don't
Yeah.
expect you to stop living because they're dead. So you take a little time, you mourn them, but then you got to get back to living because life is not going to stop.
Hmm. Yeah, that's what I like. I like that right there. What you said, you got to learn how to be good on your own,
Yeah.
and that was a big thing for me in the past because I felt like I needed somebody around me. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
Until I started doing these MLM businesses, opportunities, and that whole conversation was self development. So within
right.
self development, you want to make sure that you are that person who's good by yourself. Not to say you don't need people, because you got to
Right.
interact, you got to learn, you got to be sociable, you got to learn, you got to stay cognitive of, people. But
Right.
to sit in the movie theater by yourself, sit at the dinner table by yourself, you got to learn how to be
Yep.
good with that without the noise of somebody else's
Yeah.
opinions in your head. You got to be good with that.
And,
Sitting in a
and there are
silent
people that
room.
aren't.
Yeah, I'm good with sitting in the silent room, just reading a book, no noise, put on my jazz, just
Mm,
chill. I'm good with that, now.
yeah.
But in the past, I would always hit that door, go outside because I felt like I was left alone. You can't leave me alone. Don't leave me alone type of business. You know what I'm saying? Even at
Yeah.
an adult age, this was me in my 40s. I didn't want to be left alone. But in my
Right.
50s, I've been straight with all of that. It's like, please leave me alone. I don't even want to hear
Yeah.
that.
Right.
Like, I can't wake up to somebody else's thoughts in my head. You know what I'm saying? I just, like, we used to wake up with the news on or with the
Hmm.
radio on and all of that. It's like, nah, don't wake me up like that. I don't want to wake up with your thoughts in my head or the outside world already interfering with what I got going on.
Right.
Let me get a hold. Me and God need to talk for a little while, and then I need to talk to myself after I talk to God before I even get this thing going. So it's like now we have
Yes.
to start doing these type of things to meditate before you even go out the door, because the society that we live in that we face with when we walk out the door, it'll drive you crazy, man.
Yeah.
You'll
For
have more
sure.
than abandonment issues.
And that's what a lot of the problem seems to be. Like you said, you like having people around, but a lot of
Back
people
then,
they're so back then, yeah.
yeah,
But it's like nowadays people they're so deep in their own trauma that all they want to do is share that trauma. They want to be or they need to be around other people that are
right.
going through the same thing. Or now y'all got something in common, but it's like a slippery slope. And
That's
at the
called
end of that
trauma
slope is a
bonding.
cliff. Yeah, because you getting together and you bonding over the trauma, but when you separate, you still got that trauma. You ain't worked on nothing.
Nothing.
You haven't done nothing but kept going over and over in your head about things that happened back then. But the thing is, to get back in the present, get out of your head, get out of your feelings, and start working on moving forward.
Right. Right. Yeah, and
And
that's
that's the
and
thing.
that's and that's big. That's big because you have more and more people trauma bonding, and you see more and more
Yeah.
relationships built on trauma instead of, it's like a friend of mine. She was trying to tell me how her and her friends they talk about business ideas and that, but then it's like when I Chan Burger, yeah, but when I see her interact with her, relationships, all she was doing was talking about past experiences. It's like, why would you
Mm,
tell me that y'all talk about, getting money with your lady friends, but with your man friends, you talk about past. what you used to be, how you used to do, it's like you can't shape your new relationship with an old thought.
Right.
It doesn't work like that. You can't bring all of that oldness into something new and expecting it to grow big.
Right.
But
Not
then,
on a large
she
level.
get mad at me because I tell the truth. I don't want to, nobody wants to hear about what you did already. It's like if you go into a man go into a relationship with a woman, he talk about all the money he had. She gonna be like, where the money is right now? Do you still have it? Or you don't?
Right.
So we do
What
have
you
to look
had
at these
don't mean
tables,
nothing.
man, and these abandonment issues, like I said, they lead to other things. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah. And there are times it's like I was told, man, when you military guys get together, y'all just go crazy the way y'all talking about stuff. But I can see that, and I don't think it's trauma bonding, but there are times when you see a bunch of vets get together, and it doesn't matter what branch of the military they're in. It's like we have a common bond because
Right,
we've done something that most other people haven't.
right,
So we start out like just because it's a vet, I can get into a conversation, but then that conversation talking about things that we did turns into things that we're gonna do or what we're looking to doing. And
right.
sometimes those relationships, now you can build a relationship that can turn into a business opportunity.
Yeah,
So
but see that way right there is not feeling like y'all are left out on anything.
right, right.
Y'all
It's
feel
just
like
we're
y'all fitting.
reminiscing.
So
We
that's
get
a good,
together
healthy
reminiscing
relationship.
and then moving on to something else. Because we always talk, yo, remember this? Like, remember getting yelled at a Shark Week in basic training? Remember how they
Yeah,
just get on you? And you start really like, yeah, man, I remember it wasn't funny then, but it's funny now.
right.
But everybody went through the same thing. We started talking about that. But
Yeah,
all of those people, they've all been through that. You got friends, you lose friends. You got new friends, you lose friends. You're going from this place to that place. You got to change up your whole mentality because you go to a different country. Now you got to learn their rules, even though you're in the military. But when you're off the base, you got to deal with the people from that country.
right.
So it's a lot of things going on. So you don't really. It's kind of hard to sit back and have abandonment issues when you got so many things coming at you every single day.
And
It's like life
but see
comes at a high pace.
that's healthy though. That's healthy to have brand new
Hmm.
stuff all the time. That's how you overcome a lot of abandonment issues.
Right,
And that's why it goes back to when I say identify the root cause. Once you
right,
identify the root cause, you can say, okay, boom, I know what that is. Let me block it out. Now I can move
yep,
forward to the next thing, to the next thing, to the next thing. You know what I'm saying? And a lot
exactly.
of people feel like they're good people. It's like, no, I'm good. But you don't stick around long enough for people to find out how good you really are. Because you're
Right.
so used to, oh, well, shit, if it ain't going my way, I'm going to go to the next person. If it ain't going my way with this person, I'm going to go to the
Hmm.
next person. And it's like, you're leaving people, you know, that's
Without
like
giving them a chance.
that's a part of an abandonment. Like I can
Right.
always go to the next thing, go to the next instead of sticking and staying and figuring it out and moving forward as a as a unit. That's why
Right.
you don't see a lot of married couples. You won't see them arguing in public. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? The woman will nod her head and be like, okay, when we get to the house, I'm gonna tell you about yourself. But see,
Yep.
that's a real woman though. You got women out here
Yeah.
now feel like they gotta say something in the middle of a hey,
Hmm.
when I ask you, it's like you gotta remember it's about respect. So when you got
Right.
abandonment, you got a lot of people abandoned, jumping ship. Everybody wants to tell you, I got options. It's like everybody got options. That's not the point.
Hmm.
The point is, are you going to be able to deal with this right now, or am I have to worry about you leaving because you can't get your way? You see what I'm saying?
That's
So
it. Yeah.
that keeps causing abandonment issues through everybody that they interact with. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna
Right.
find yourself dealing with some men, some women. Oh, it ain't my way. Well, I gotta go. I can't sit here and
Hmm.
I'm not gonna fix no man. And the thing about it is with me, where I see a lot of women mess up at, because they will tell you they not finna fix a man, but their shit not together. And the same thing with a man. You know what I'm saying? You got some men tell you, man, I ain't got time for that type of woman. But your shit ain't together, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So we really start, if we sit in these relationships and figure each other out, maybe we can help each other not have abandonment issues, not have any issues. Because we each other therapists, we're helping each other see things. Only if we're growing, only if both parties are growing. Now, one person talking about I am who I am, you got to just let that person be that person, and you got to build yourself. Continue to build yourself until they see the value. If they don't see the value, you know, you deal with it in different kinds of ways. You know what I'm saying? Because you'll see these type of relationships to where you got a business partner who's talking about, oh man, we made this amount of money doing this. But now you got to realize we have AI now, so we cannot continue to do business like that.
Right.
And you trying to explain it to this person. Yeah, you try to explain it to them, and they're telling you, man, it's what it is. Sit back and fold their arms and tell you this is what they're gonna do. So we do have to, we have to really start like you said, like they do in the military. We really have to start doing new things every day. By all means.
And you have a lot. It's like they build up a wall. It's because of those traumas they can't seem to get things right, but then they always end up with the same type of people because you lost someone, but you want that person back, so you keep looking for that person. It's like you got a lot of people.
Right.
Yeah, they always talk about a lot of women got daddy issues. A lot of them do. So their father left. So now they look, but it's like with the women, you find a lot of them, they're looking for older men. They're looking for that sugar daddy, but basically they're looking for their father. And you got a lot of men that start there looking for their mother and every woman that they get with. And it happens because why would a woman have to treat a grown man like he's her son?
Right.
That makes no sense. Right. But that dude is looking for a mother. He ain't looking for a wife. He ain't looking for a partner. He's looking for a mother, somebody that can replace.
Right.
So, and then you got those they have distrust issues. Then they have those emotional extremes. It's like sort of like being bipolar. Because one day they're all lovey-dovey on you, and then the next day they don't even want to be bothered with you.
Right.
And all of this, it still comes from abandonment.
But you see what I figured out, bro? A lot of times we don't want to challenge these negative thoughts, or we don't want to challenge the belief system that was instilled in us growing up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We always accept a lot of the information as written in stone because, my mama said that. My mama taught me that. Yeah, your mama taught you from a level that she was on at that time. So she got abandonment issues, and you gonna be the generational conversation of that same thing. A lot of times we don't realize that challenging that negative thought, challenging those toxic behaviors, challenging things that we were taught growing up, challenge that. Challenge the preacher. If you're a real student of the church, you're gonna challenge the preacher on what he's teaching you. It's like you're gonna see the class clown. The class clown, he makes jokes, but he makes it educated jokes to the teacher.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So we have to start really digging into ourselves and identifying negative thoughts, identifying unbalanced behaviors. You know what I'm saying? Because we have a lot of times we'll be like, I'm good on the outside, just to throw people off or just to get people from around you. Whole time
I just don't want to talk about it.
You missing your mom, or you missing your dad, or you missing your partner who you thought was your soulmate. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So we have these issues of feeling left alone. We having these feelings of being rejected. So now I'm gonna tell myself I'm good. Whole time you not good. You can't make a sale. You can't sell a car. You can't do your work properly. You only get so high at your job, and then they're like, well, you're not growing, so we got to leave you at this level, or we're going to get. And you got a new person come into the job. Now they got hired at that position. You like, what? Damn, bro. Yeah,
They're
it's an
moving on
abandonment.
ahead of you.
Now you
Yeah.
feel rejected because you've been there longer, but you haven't let go of those issues. And we don't want to, some of us don't want to let go of past trauma. We wear it like a t-shirt. We hold on
Yeah.
to it like it's our
Like a
favorite
badge
brand.
of honor.
Like it's a badge of honor. Yeah.
Yeah. And there's some common signs
Yeah.
of people with abandonment issues, like
Yeah.
anxiety in a relationship. It's like you always ask, do they still want me, or am I good enough? Does he see me like he used to? Or you want to compare yourself to other women because
Right.
you think that might be more what he's interested in? And you got to overanalyze in text. Somebody sends you a text, and you sit back an hour later still trying to figure out, well, what did he mean? What's going on here? Why is it like that? Is that what he mean? Or am I overthinking this? Yeah, you really are.
Over
Because sometimes,
analyzing. Yeah.
because sometimes the text, what it said, is exactly what is meant,
Right.
even in conversations. Then you got difficulty being alone, which we already spoke about.
Yeah.
Self-sabotaging a relationship. Because that's
Man,
just what you were talking about. Self-sabotaging.
that's big
Always
right there.
ending a relationship, going on to the next one just because you can't settle in on something. You don't trust the other person.
Right.
Or they're not doing this. So if it ain't my way, it's the highway.
Yeah.
And then you get out attracting emotionally unavailable people. So you
Wow.
are just chasing after people that really don't want to be in a relationship, and you hounding them just to get their attention.
Uh.
They might give you their attention, but they're still not into you. And that's only going to make your abandonment issues worse. Because as soon as you find out that they really not into you, now you're sinking deeper into that hole.
Or you find out that they're not off into transactional relationships.
Right.
I
Yep.
feel like, just like I was listening to this young lady earlier today, and she was like, I'm not expecting a man to have my hair and my nails done. That's my hygiene that I need to have in order for him to see me like that.
Mm-hmm.
Once he gets into the relationship, that is not his responsibility for him to spend anything. Now, it's nice, but I really want to get to know the man. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. They got these new women now. They speak in that good talk, but I no guarantee they're gonna have a man paying
Yeah.
for whatever they need to pay for. But
Yep.
I just like that part of the conversation she said, because I hear a lot of that coming out of the mouths of some of these young ladies. And everything should not be transactional. That's my thing. When you find that type of man.
Yeah.
So I feel
Exactly.
like this right here: build your self-worth. Practice self-compassion and recognize your value
Mm-hmm.
outside of others' approval.
Exactly.
Build your self-worth. Practice
Mm-hmm.
self-compassion. Recognize your value outside of others' approval. This is how you get to the next level in leaving all of these issues behind. This is how
Right.
we find ourselves in greater opportunities, in greater positions, in greater circumstances and things like that.
Right. You're moving forward in the world.
Yeah.
And then there's self-awareness also. I recognize those patterns without blaming yourself. You're
Right.
seeing what's happening because the patterns always repeat themselves. If you got a certain type of mindset, you're always going to do the same things over and over and over again. A lot of people don't realize it. It's out of habit. You always go to the same places. You always talk to the same type people. You might come in and see somebody, and this might be the perfect person for you, but because of the way you're thinking, you pass that person by and go for look at the same type of person that you'll go home and complain to your friends about. Happens all the time. But self-awareness, recognizing in yourself what the problem is, because I wanted people to, There was a saying that you attract what you are.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for somebody, if you're looking for a partner in a relationship, you're going to just attract the same type of people to you that are like you. So you have to be self-aware in order to get what you want, and you have to become what it is you want. Then there's
Yeah.
doing that inner work, working on your affirmations, talking to yourself, getting your head in the right space, or therapy, another way of healing, especially when it comes to childhood traumas, those experiences that you've had that you don't know how to deal with. You keep trying to push to the back of your brain, but they keep resurfacing over time. You got to see a therapist or somebody. You got to talk to somebody about what's going on because in
But
some
the thing
cases you
is,
can't do it by yourself.
a lot of times you can if you really want to.
Yep.
Because the
Well,
thing
I
about it
believe that
is,
wholeheartedly.
it's like I goes back to saying that you being lazy and learning. You don't want to. And
Right.
see, a lot of things that we don't need nobody to heal a scar on our body. So if
Nope.
the scar doesn't need help healing, why would you need help healing? Excuse me.
Exactly.
These therapies, the therapist is there. That's cool, but you can be your own therapist if you spend time alone. A lot of people don't want to spend the
Mm,
time by themselves and figure this shit
yeah.
out by themselves.
Yeah.
And it's like all you have to do is go back into this, build your self-worth, practice
Hmm.
self-compassion, and recognize your value outside of other people. That's just what I just said right there. And then
Yeah.
number two is challenge your negative thoughts. Write these negative thoughts down. Look at that and be like, okay, I can't do that. I don't want to do that no more. Okay, I got to change doing that. This is
Yeah.
self-therapy right here.
Yes.
That's what I'm explaining to a lot of people to where it's all about what you want out of this life. You wake up in the morning and you look in the mirror and you talk to yourself in a positive way and you tell yourself you love yourself like 10 times. I promise you, you will start doing things differently. You won't be eating the
Yeah.
candy all day or the cookies or the chips or whatever is bad food. You talk to yourself in the mirror as soon as you get up. So that way, not as soon as you get up, but when you're doing your meditation, that could be part of meditation,
Right.
looking in that mirror, talking to that person in that mirror.
Hmm.
I'm talking about having a real conversation. A lot of people don't feel like that's cool. Oh man, that don't work. Have you tried it? I tried it once. That's
That's
what
the
I'm
thing.
talking about. You got people
You
that
have
try
to
stuff
try it
one
again.
time. You got some women out here who do not want to hear you talk bad about another woman. Man bashing
Hmm.
women, that's not good. It's not bashing, it's putting the truth on the table so we can
Right.
get this thing fixed and move forward from it. But you keep talking about it being bashing, that's an issue. Might not
Yeah.
be an abandonment issue, but you feel rejected.
But it's
So
an issue. Yeah.
it may be abandonment issue because that's part of
Yeah.
an abandonment issue is feeling rejected or
It's
feeling left
feeling
alone
rejected.
or feeling, feeling like somebody's attacking you. A
Right.
lot of these things are not attack, ladies. A lot of these things are men really trying to get an answer to a simple question, but complexity is in the mind of the person who is in. And it's a lot of
Hmm.
times it's more women than not men. Men, we're simple. We don't want to do too much of nothing, man. Hey, man, you can fuck us, feed us, and put us in a room with our favorite show when we straight.
Yes.
We don't want to be we don't want to hear no conversation about nothing. If
Preach.
it ain't about making some more money, you
Preach.
can put us right back in that corner and you won't even hear from us. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? But
Absolutely right.
because we already understand the logic of what you're going to say. Like I was talking to a friend of mine the other day when I to have some food and she was, oh, you ain't gonna let me finish talking. I say, okay, my fault. You're right. And as soon as she finished, I said, I was trying to stop you because I heard that line come out of 1,000 women's mouth.
Hmm.
I done heard what you're saying come out of people's mouth. I don't mean to cut people off, but it's like if I heard this whole It seemed like they all. It's like the news. When you turn on the news, they all saying the
Yeah,
same thing.
it's on the reel, just on repeat.
It's on
Just
a
keep saying that.
repeat, and it's like, who has an original thought nowadays?
Right?
You know,
Exactly.
because we not fixing the issues that's inside of us. So that's why you have a lot of men, you have a lot of women, you have a lot of us who talk the same way. It seems like, oh, I'm dating the same dude. Yeah, you are. Because you have not
In your
fixed the
mind, at
issues.
least.
You haven't fixed the issues within yourself to date a new person.
Right.
You keep attracting the
Yeah.
same person because you're not fixing that person within you. You don't want to do the self therapy on you.
Right. That's it.
And that's
And
how we go ahead.
last week when we were talking about that nobody's coming to save yourself, I was going to
Yeah,
bring up the point that even when you see a therapist, the therapist would tell you it's your responsibility
that's right.
to heal yourself.
Yep.
They don't do anything for you. They might prescribe some medicines if they think you're too far gone, but
Right.
otherwise, all they do is sit and listen to you. And then they ask you questions. Well, how do you feel about that? What do you think about that? As you
Right.
pay sometimes up to $300-400 an hour just to talk to somebody, but you can just sit with your own thoughts, go over your thoughts, and be like, "Wow, well, what do I actually feel about that?" Ask yourself the exact same questions because you're going to give the exact same answers, and it
Right.
don't cost you anything.
Right. Yeah, man. And
So it's
that's a lot of that's another thing too. We have to remember, do you trust yourself? I hear a lot of time, um, I trust me, but it's you that I don't trust. How could you not
yeah,
trust me? Because I've
I
never done
heard that
anything to
before.
make you feel any type of way but what you feeling. So you're not trusting yourself. Keep it 100. A lot of people don't want to keep
Hmm.
it a whole 100. You know what I'm saying?
Right?
It's like if you're looking for a certain thing, say this is what I'm looking for. Give me the damn the instruction manual.
Hmm.
But a lot of
And
people nowadays, men and women, will tell you, "Oh no, I'm good with that. We'll work on that," or we won't even say anything about working on anything. No, I can accept that. We're accepting things that's not beneficial. Number five. I got one number five. It says set healthy boundaries, balance
yeah, that was,
closeness with independence. You have
yep.
to set these healthy boundaries in order for you to have an amazing life.
Right.
You finding yourself a partner in life to where this person has got healthy boundaries and you got healthy boundaries. That means y'all are going to start seeing some fruits of labor that y'all planted way years ago. So because y'all
Hmm.
both are saying, "Hey, man, it may be cool for your past, but that really is not cool for me." Me, I have to learn communication skills better because I will cut somebody off mid sentence. I'll be like, "Man, that's stupid. I don't want to hear that." You know what I'm saying? I got to get past that because I'm still deep down. That's why I work on myself because I'm deep down. I know
Hmm.
if you say the wrong thing to me, I'm popping off. And I got to slow down from that part of the game.
Hmm.
About 2 years ago, when I was first started this journey, you couldn't get me mad. I would just, if I hear you start the year, I'd be like this. Now I'm going backwards into a realm of, man, you better say what yeah, that. And it's like you have to catch yourself and put yourself back in your place.
Right.
Put yourself back into the
Absolutely.
place of, man, you can't talk to yourself every day. Tell yourself, man, I can't do that. I can't argue with that person. I can't go back and forth with nobody.
Mhm. Nope.
That would do
That's
I'll
me.
say. I ain't going back and forth with you. Giving my business.
Right.
Hey.
Exactly.
Ah,
And then you got but having those healthy, secure relationships because you
yeah,
need that. And
we
that's
need
actually
that.
just what you were saying. You got to
Yeah.
be with the right type of people. Because if you still, if
Trustworthy.
yeah, because you can be, You might have a bunch of friends, and ain't none of your friends about shit.
Nah.
So that means all of y'all out there just going over the same thing. So you
Right.
ain't ever gonna move out of that trauma. You're gonna stay right there stuck. You got to get around other people, do different things, and actually, when you open up, when you work on yourself enough, you start opening up to other people to where you can actually build new relationships with people that are trustworthy, that are different from the people that you hang around with every day.
You know what? I like what you said about that. When you start working on yourself, I'm gonna add to that rather. When you start working on
Hmm.
yourself, you will find yourself around new individuals. You will find
Exactly.
yourself around, you're like, damn, how did I get here? But
Hmm.
that type of energy will start coming towards you like, damn, wow.
Yeah.
You know,
It, yep. There's
and
a saying. It's an old saying, and it's so true, but most people don't catch the meaning. But the saying goes, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear.
yeah,
So when you start working on yourself, you find yourself around people that are
yeah,
helping you just to get better.
you
Whether
do.
it's mentally, spiritually, financially, it just comes to you. But you have to start with yourself.
You do. And that's real. I got some techniques, man, that's gonna some self-help techniques that can help you with these issues. So number
Hmm.
one, inner child work. That's where I tell you go back to those inner child, those young days. So you write the letters to your younger self, reminding them they are loved and safe now. Because we
Hmm.
still like, I got robbed when I think I was in the seventh grade. Dude snatched my chain, took my hat, took my, he took the jewelry and took like we used to wear these Neiman Marcus hats, so they was real big in Dallas. And after that, I came to this conclusion: everything is going to be taken from me. So when I did wear jewelry again, I would have to be with my partners. You know what I'm saying? I was by myself the
Hmm.
first time, but every time I wore big jewelry, I would always have to be with somebody. And then it got to a point where
Right.
it's like, man, I don't even want that. I don't even want that type of energy.
Right.
People looking at me. As an adult, I wear jewelry now, but growing up, I wouldn't until I got to like my 20s and 30s. This was when I was young. This when I was like a teenager, when I had that fear of wearing jewelry again. But when I got in my 25, 20, 22, 21, I was live. I was outside then. It was pistols and whatever. I ain't
I
but
hear
in
you.
them teenage years, you have a certain type of fear, and it was like, damn, man, I don't know. I don't know. So I used to have to try to bring out the boy, man, come on, dog, let's go over here. I'm always having somebody around me. I gotta have somebody. So then
Right.
that right there, yeah, that was. So another one, okay, we got number two, grounding exercises. When fear of abandonment kicks in, use deep breathing or name 5 things you see around you to calm your body down.
Right.
So you're taking your
Put your
mind off
mind
of the
on
fear.
something
You're taking your
else.
mind off of the abandonment. You're saying, okay,
Hmm.
what is around me? This tree, this chair, this bench, or this whatever. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
that
Changing the
is a
focus.
that is a very, very great technique because you take the focus off of the problem.
Hmm.
You know, affirmations. Number three, affirmations. Replace anxiety thoughts with phrases like, I am worthy of love and belonging. Not
Yes.
everyone will leave me. You see what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So I like that one right there because you have to remind yourself, if you have a thought process of everybody's going to leave you, that is the thought process. It doesn't happen until something, like you get into a major argument with somebody. All of a
Hmm.
sudden you're thinking, oh man, if we argue, they're going to leave me. So then
Right.
you like, what do I do? I'm
Right.
sorry. You start apologizing. You start trying to, you
Accommodate them.
accommodate this person's feelings. And it's like, really, sometimes we need to hear these harsh truths. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
absolutely.
It may sound like an argument, but it's really the harsh truth. I need to tell you this
Yeah,
because, and if I'm saying it in the wrong manner, that's my bad. Because a lot of
right,
times that's what we do as men and women. We say things out of character in the wrong organization of words. You know what I'm saying? So
right,
that's what make the person feel like you're gonna leave them. You're not gonna be there for them. You're gonna do this or that. So that's where we got to come up with these affirmations. And then I love always journaling. Journaling is always my thing. So you write the journal, you journal, write down moments when you feel rejected, when you feel rejection creeping in, and write the notes of, note to yourself whether if it's factual or is it out of fear. Because a lot of times we act or we respond out of fear. We hardly ever respond out of facts.
right.
It's always you thinking, no, it's not nobody's thinking anything. You're thinking them thoughts. I'm not thinking them thoughts because them are
Right.
your thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you
Yep.
think all the people are alike, or you think all it's like, no, I don't think that.
Yeah. Or it's when
That's
somebody
your
tell you,
fear.
"Oh, you mad because I did." No,
Right.
you have no
It's
idea
definitely not the
what's going
case.
on with me. Right. But they do. People do it all the time. Certain people,
Right.
I heard that more than not.
Right. Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
That's what they do. So number 5, secure routines, build stability in your daily life so your brain feels safe. That was
Hmm.
big. Build,
Yeah.
what do you say? Build stability in your daily life so your brain feels safe.
That's basically just having a routine.
Having that
If
routine,
things
man.
ain't going right, you already got a routine on how to fix it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sleep schedules, sleep care rituals, healthy habits. Sleep schedule is real big. You have to get you a great sleep regimen, a great sleep schedule. Me, I'm usually in the bed by 9:30. Sleep
Mm.
out of there by 9:30, 10 o'clock the latest. I'm knocked out because I'm back up at 3:30 or 4 o'clock to go to the
Right.
gym at 5. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's my routine on every day. If I miss the gym at 5, it's because I didn't go to bed till 11 or 12.
Right.
Sometimes I still get up, but it won't be like no good workout.
Right. You be all sluggish, right?
Yeah, it's definitely distraction. So number 6 is expand support network. Don't rely on just one person for validation. Having multiple safe connections lowers your fear of loss.
Wow.
Stable.
That one is that's kind of different with me because I don't think you should rely on anybody for your
Yeah,
support.
validation. That's where the word validation got me on this one. But I do
Yeah.
believe you should have
I have other people around that
you should have
support you.
more than one safe space to go to. True enough, you
Right.
can go to yourself to be safe.
Right.
But if you got a person that you talk to and you chop it up with on a regular basis, if I give you some information, are you going to tell this to your girlfriend? Are you going to tell this to your guy friend? Are you going to tell this to, you
Right.
know what I'm saying, your mother or your cousin? Is anybody else going to get this information? I want to feel safe giving you this information
Right.
so that I don't feel rejected. I don't feel like you just going to betray me. You know what I'm saying? If you
Yep.
betray me, then I think I can't even tell you nothing else.
Right.
So that's where a lot of things where we get, it's a lot, man. It's a lot to this, man. I like it. This topic right here, it hit home for me because I used to feel rejected a lot.
Mhm.
Any man growing up in the city, you like that chick, you know what I'm saying? She's fine, she's pretty as hell, she got it going on, and you try to shoot your shot. You know how many men she done shot down? You just standing in line to get rejected, man.
Yeah.
Don't do yourself like that. And then I
You
got
know
over
what?
that fear right there because that was a big fear of mine. Man, don't talk,
You
man. You
know
can't
what's
talk to her.
crazy?
What?
With me, I never had that problem. It's like the real fine girl you want to talk to. It's like I don't know. I just act like she wasn't there. Eventually,
Right,
she come talk to me.
right. Yeah,
Cause
yeah,
women hate to be ignored, and it's like I wasn't even doing it intentionally. It's like it wasn't that important to me. I was more martial arts and doing my own things. I
right.
wasn't really into chasing around, chasing after women. Cause I don't think I've ever actually, like men are supposed to be the hunters, but it's very seldom that I ever actually went after a woman. I mean, there's a few times, but for the most part in relationships I was in,
But it's with me.
I didn't have
If
to.
I see you liking me, I'm like you back. But just like you
Yeah,
said, boys chasing down and all of that. Now, if I'm on that, back in the day when I was on that liquor, I used to chase a bunch of wrong stuff down. But when you clear your mind, you ain't high and drunk no more. You looking at people like,
right. Like,
damn,
what the
I
hell
used to
was
do
I
that.
thinking?
So now, man, it's a
Yep.
better day for me now. I don't, with exercising and going to bed early, you don't even think about trying to even find a woman. You pretty much trying to self-develop. You're trying to better yourself to where
Right.
everything that you attract is going to be a going to be a healthy situation, going to be
Hmm.
a healthy relationship because I keep feeding myself. I keep feeding myself healthiness. So if I hear
Right.
some toxicity, I'd be like, nah, that ain't for me. I get real quiet. I
Right.
do less talking as possible because I don't even
Mhm.
want to indulge myself in that kind of conversation because I know where it's gonna go. It's like,
Yeah.
if I say one word, that's gonna take it to another level, and I don't want to go there.
Right.
But a lot of
I hear
us,
you.
a lot of people too, who feel abandoned, they feel they need to be clingy to something.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I gotta be clingy to this situation. I want to show this person I'm a overlove. Overloving the wrong person will make you feel more bad, make you
Yeah.
feel worse than you should feel. Because
Yeah.
you can overlove the wrong person, man. I know that for a fact because I've done it and it's been done to me. Somebody overloved me and I wasn't ready for that type of love. I was like,
Hmm.
you the devil. You
Yeah.
something wrong with you. You can't be this perfect. You cannot be
Yeah.
this perfect. Go that away. You
I
lying.
got to go.
Right.
Hmm.
So it was just like I was the one who on that situation, I was the one who pushed that. I rejected myself. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like we have to start becoming aware of all of the issues that's within ourselves before you, because can't nobody make you mad, can't nobody make you do anything, ain't nobody holding no guns to your head. It's what you over loving and you feeling like that's what I was supposed to do because you was taught that growing up or you taught yourself in past relationships. So when we find ourselves feeling like we're going to be abandoned, like we're going to be alone, and I really like this person, but I don't want to do this and do that and run him off and do da 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 da. It's like communication. Have better conversations. Better conversations lead to better relationships. Better relationships lead to
Hmm.
healthy endings. You know what I'm saying? And you can get to
Yeah.
wherever you need to get to, man. That's what that is.
Yes.
But yeah,
Wow.
that right there. This was definitely therapy because I've seen a
Mm.
lot of it. You know what I'm saying? You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, man.
That's
What
good
you
though.
got? What you got on the go at, Mike? I got a business call just try to come in on me. I'm trying to get to the money.
Oh, I hear you. All right. So on the
Yeah.
go out, I'll go with the wound of abandonment is real, but so is your capacity to love yourself back into wholeness.
Damn, that's real. I like that. And all I'm gonna say is, man, look in that mirror and talk to yourself in a great voice, and make yourself believe all that things you do know about yourself. And we do have to, man, become self-aware of who we really are. Don't just keep on fluffing it out, man. I'm good with that, or you keep accepting toxic behavior, you will stay in a toxic situation. You will never find what you're really truly looking for, or you never have what you really truly want. So let's stay mindful of our surroundings, man. And we're gonna be back next week, y'all. Wednesday at 8:30, man. Come holler at us, come join us. Y'all can get on here and say what you gotta say. Chime in. Y'all have a great evening. Peace until next week. Yes, sir.
Hey.